This is a reading for Dan. He hasn't asked any specific questions. He's just interested in what to expect in the near future. I'll be using the Chinese Tarot. Very beautiful deck. Very well illustrated. The cards are lovely. Colorful. Beautiful artwork. And it reads very well. Also, it's a pretty new deck, so it's kind of stiff. I've only used it a few times. So I guess we'll get started. Okay, the card that represents you, Dan, is the Magician. The card that crosses you is the Nine of Cups. That's your current concern. Your past foundation is the Page of Cups. Your recent past is the Nine of Wands. Call them staffs. The current situation is the Ace of Swords. Your near future card is Confucius. And Confucius is actually the Judgment card in a typical tarot deck. The card that represents you and how you feel about yourself is the Nine of Coins. How people who are your friends, acquaintances, family think about you, and how they feel about your life and how you interact with them is the Four of Coins. This is your goal card, and that is the Six of Swords. And the card that represents the outcome is Strength. Okay. Take a look here and see what we've got going for us. As the Magician, you're a very creative person. You do everything with confidence. You follow through everything you begin. You are probably somebody who likes to share your knowledge. You would pass on information to other people, and because of your nature, to you it's really important that it's accurate and current. You would be a person who might be involved in, not necessarily involved in, but interested in politics, religion. You probably have a form of religion that you follow quite closely, and you might even be interested in current world events. Not things like the military, but maybe government actions might be something that would interest you, that you would be likely to discuss in a social gathering. I would say that your field of interest is probably instructing. I don't know if that's the work that you do, but that is your personal passion, is education or teaching, that sort of thing. It's a very, very strong card for somebody who is creative in nature and has a gift of sharing and of opening up the world to other people. not just from your perspective, but from an objective point of view. You don't cover things up or make something more than it is, except to express an idea. And you're the kind of person who's kind of like an alchemist. You can take, pardon me, a broad spectrum of things and turn them into an idea. Things that are unrelated, brought together and shared in such a manner, kind of like I don't know, it's a sharing of ideas using the unorthodox is what it is. And it works for you. It works for people that you do this for. They appreciate it. They get it. You make it fun and interesting. So if you're not teaching, you probably should be. Your current concern, which is the Nine of Cups. The Cups is a suit typically related with love, friendship, and involvement with other people. And the Nine of Cups is like, it's a satisfaction with your life, with your friendships. The wishes that you have usually come true. You're a very generous natured person, and as in your nature you share, you are rewarded back for what you give. And that for you is important in your life, and that's one of your goals, is to make sure that people around you are treated equally, especially people who are maybe impoverished, or how do I want to say that? People who don't have what you have, you want to give, you want to share, you want to explore the world with them, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of love and care involved in what you do all the time. And the Nine of Cups just says that's the kind of personality you have. And it's not really a concern for you, it's just a personal ideal. And it's something you're always working on, so it's always current for you. Right now, the reason it's current is because you probably have a project going on, some sort of, I don't know if it'd be an adventure, or maybe it's just a group involvement where you are a major part of it and you are sharing and in tune with what you're sharing. People are sharing back with you, and for you that's as important as the education that you help provide, that you get something new back from them and you learn other people's perspectives. And I get the feeling that you are working with people who have a different culture than perhaps you do. There may be similarities, but the culture itself is vastly different from what you experienced from your youth until now. It's kind of interesting. The feeling I get is that you're you do forms of volunteering. Your past foundation, which is the Page of Cups, indicates that you had a nurtured youth, well loved and cared for. Probably a happy childhood with some ups and downs. There may have been times when you felt like they didn't care, or they were busy and their concerns were elsewhere. But for the most part, you knew you were loved. And the Page of Cups talks about you as an individual. I don't know if that means you're a favorite child or maybe an only child. I would think probably favored is more likely. The Page of Cups is also related to like the arts and meditation and a seriousness about you. Um, you probably enjoy history, or at least maybe Eastern history, um, history of Europe. Those things would probably be of great interest to you. Uh, the antiquity, the ancient of the Celts, their art, their history, their music, those are the kind of things that would appeal greatly to you. Ireland, uh, the, the British Isles, England. I even get a feeling that you have some relationship with that. Um, you're an English-speaking person, it seems to me, but I don't know that you're a U.S. citizen. I think you're probably more closely connected to the U.K. Canada, maybe, would be probably your origins. But you have a very favorable childhood, a very favorable youth and growth and development. Very solid person inside, but on the outside, lots of fun. Um, you enjoy life. You enjoy sharing your life. You like to foster people, animals, that sort of thing. Take them into your, wrap them in your care. That's the kind of individual you would be. Your recent past, which is the Nine of Wands. Now that's a card of um, being obstinate, or maybe pausing in a struggle. You kind of remained defensive in some area. I'm not sure what it would be. I just get the feeling that emotionally you were attached to something in particular, and I don't know if it was denied to you or it wasn't accessible to you, and it was an unfairness from your point of view. Like everything should be free to everybody. How come I can't partake? That sort of thing. You've overcome the problem, but it's kind of a stickler for you. I don't know what would be a good way to express it, except that it chokes you in a way. It makes you feel suppressed, and the kind of person that you are, very open, very good-natured, very sharing and caring and nurturing, as a matter of fact. Single or not, you have that nurturing ability. This obstacle that you had in the recent past just really upset your wagon. That's all I can say about that. You deal with things in a very straightforward, logical manner, although on the outside you take it lightly, so people don't see a lot of anger from you. In fact, I don't think that you show anger in any way, if possible. A little bit of annoyance maybe, but that's about as far as you go. So you've gotten past that, and currently you're at the Ace of Swords, and the Swords is typically a conflict card. The Ace, however, is like a triumphant endeavor. Um, you declared that you were going to do whatever it was that you wanted to do, which is probably related with this little problem that you had back here. And you came through on top regardless of what the rules were, or what the situation was that you kind of fought. You succeeded in your own way. I don't know if you did a backdoor thing, a workaround, whatever it was, but being the bright guy and having a good handle on digging into things and understanding them, because your comprehension is so high, regardless of whether it's something you're familiar with or not, you're able to do that, that you felt confident and successful in your efforts. So that's a good thing. Made you feel happy. I think you might have been doing it in particular to help someone else or show someone else something of that nature. And so for you, this was like a very positive thing. Now, your near future, which is Confucius, but really Confucius's judgment, that's, from what I can see in the cards here, that's going to be about a renewal for you, a forgiveness, kind of an improvement in things, maybe a rebirth of your plans, that sort of thing. It seems to me like you've been where you are now for quite some time, and it's not home that you came from, it's home away from home. I feel like it's Eastern, probably in southeastern Korea comes to mind. So you're not displaced there, you're settled in and you're strong and you're part of the community, you have friends, you know people. This card is kind of like a continued improvement of your life. You're happy with what you have, you fit really well, people appreciate you and everything that you do, your goals have been met. I don't see a partnership. I don't even see a partnership coming up, although I think that you do have an interest, whether it's going anywhere or whether you've actually taken the next step. I can't see that, but there's no commitment at this time. But your life is forever improving. Your nature and your nurturing personality, I believe that you would be someone who would invest yourself in your companions. I understand you have 3 dogs. I feel like it goes beyond that. I don't know if you have a lot of other pets or not, but I feel like there's always a lot of creatures that you care for. Dogs, maybe cats. I'm not even sure about cats, but you are one of those really nature husbandry type persons in your heart, and your little buddy is just your best friend. And with the 3 buddies that you have, the 3 little companions that you have, I feel like they aren't the only ones in your life. I feel like you maybe have a hand in volunteering, that sort of thing. Kind of looks like those things are most important in your life for you outside of the work that you do and give you the most satisfaction, so that would be the direction I'd see you taking. You're reading a lot, you read a lot, you like different forms of entertainment, that fantasies and movies and science fiction, that sort of thing is what's part of your life, what's part of your satisfaction in your life, is your family life with your 3 companions, the helpmeet that you are in the community, and the kinds of entertainment that you like. That's when you're home, you're home. You're comfortable and feel good about it, and your life is pretty much the way you like it. And when you're out and you're doing your thing in your job, your work, your career, your go gusto, you go for you go for it full force. So you're a person to reckon with. You know, if somebody was trying to emulate you, it would be pretty difficult to do. Your personality is huge, and that's a good thing. It makes you well loved and well thought of in your life amongst the people that you're with. The 9 of Coins, which represents you, how you feel about yourself, your life, and the things that you do. You're comfortable. You don't have a huge need to have big things, acquire things, you know. You like having what you need, a little extra here and there, but you feel good about yourself and about your lifestyle and about the things that you do for your happiness. The Nine of Coins is a very positive card. It typically just says that, you know, you've had your burdens, you've had your suffering, ups and downs, little things here and there, but nothing that overrides your whole life. What's past is past, and you're the kind of person that moves forward. And so this card indicates that at this time in your life you have actually very good satisfaction. The Four of Coins, which represents the people you know, friends, family, associates, people you work with. The Four of Coins, again, that's a good card. It means you're known for changes for the better. Things are always improving. You always have ideas. You're so creative. You jump right in and you say what you think with knowledge. You never just act on spontaneous conversations unless it's something that you have knowledge about, because that's the kind of individual you are. If you're ever going to say anything, you're going to say something of value. And that's how people see you. They see you as being a great information resource, a person that's reliable, friendly, fun, full of creative ideas, and very responsible. If you take on or volunteer some kind of commitment, you are dependable, they know it, they trust you, and that's part of what they all see in you, the people you know who really care for you, and you know quite a few people. So that's a great thing. It's a great character is what it is. Now, we have a goal card here, which is the Six of Swords. Another conflict card, but there's only a couple of swords in here, so there's really nothing of any, major problems of any kind. But the Six of Swords, it's like journeying, plans to go somewhere, a future that's bright, and leaving your problems behind, that sort of thing. You might have some kind of traveling planned. It looks like it might be within the next 6 months or so. It might be a short journey, or it might be a journey back to where you came from to visit, where you haven't been in a very long time. A long journey, if you do that. Otherwise, if it's a short journey, it's probably only going to be more for a vacation kind of thing, just to see some local history in the area that you're in. I see a big K. I don't know, Kazakhstan? I don't know what big K is. But anyway, pardon me. The Six of Swords tells that you do have some plans, or some plans are going to come to mind, and you'll probably take advantage of that. You might even take someone with you, which would be an interesting journey for them as well, because it would be an educational journey if you do go, rather the vacation or sabbatical, some kind of thing like that. But if you do go back to where you came from to visit family and friends, you'll have a great time. This is a good card. It says it's going to be an enjoyable, pleasurable kind of a trip that you might take to take in the sights or to revisit. Your goal card leads to your outcome card, which is Strength. Strength is a major arcana card. Like the card that represents you, the Magician, the Strength card is the virtue that you have in you. You're steadfast and true to yourself, true to others. When you bring somebody in and you trust them, it's there forever, and the trust can only be broken by that person. And I see a trusting relationship. Friend, maybe more. You may not want that right now, but friendship, somebody probably new who has similar interests to you, maybe even somebody that you meet or come across in your travels or in your work. This is somebody new to you. Um, I just see that kind of developing from your cards here. You have a lot of positive things going on. I don't see any major ups and downs or that you haven't already handled. Um, but your creativity is just continuous. Your energy is phenomenal, and your love of animal type care and your ability to pass on knowledge, to teach people how you think, how you talk. It's all very positive, and hopefully a journey, and hopefully a new friendship. So all of these things, if you're staying on the path that you're on right now, you're on the right road. Um, that's the way I see your cards reading for now for the next few months. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks, Dan.